Hi, I'm Karen. Welcome to my channel. Today, I'm starting a new series, Shop My Decks. This series is based on the Shop My Stash videos from Beauty YouTube. It's also influenced by Krista from Krista Chronicles and her monthly deck edit series. Marlena Teresa also does something similar on her channel. My motivation for starting this series is to use the decks I have. Even though I don't have a large collection compared to a lot of YouTubers, I realize that some of my decks aren't getting the love they deserve. This series will also help me resist the temptation to overspend on my new decks. I see so many beautiful decks that I want, but shopping my decks will help me remember that I have beautiful decks to use. I'm not saying that I'm going on a no buy or even a low buy. I just want to be mindful of what I have and give these decks the attention they deserve. And I want to add new decks to my collection with intention. Because I don't have a large collection and I have about an equal amount of tarot and oracle decks, my initial thought is to pick one tarot deck and one oracle deck to focus on each month. But that could change. Okay, let's get started. The first deck I want to consider for June is this one. It is the Sacred Destiny Oracle by Denise Linn. I've talked about this deck before in other videos. It's the first deck of any kind that I ever bought. And I bought it in January of 2023. And that same month, later in the month, I bought The Shaman's Dream Oracle by Colette Baron-Reid. And for all of 2023, it was the only two decks I had. I used those two decks together mostly, and they worked beautifully together. And it wasn't until the next January that I bought my first tarot deck. So this deck did get a lot of use in 2023, but since then I haven't given it near the attention that I would like. So I'm going to put it up for consideration for one of my June decks. And as you can see, this is absolutely a summer deck. Even the cards that aren't summer feel like they could fit into the category just from the feel alone. This is a beautiful deck. It's calm and easy. June is one of my favorite months because I love summer and it's usually not too hot, but still everything's bloomed. The weather where I live is gorgeous pretty much all the time now because I live in California, but when I lived in Kentucky, June was one of the most beautiful months of the year. And so I wanted a deck that really had that feel, that summer feel. Not too hot, not too sultry. I'll probably go with something like that in July and maybe August. But for June, I think this is, yes, I think this is definitely the deck I want to focus the practice around. Looking through this deck just makes me realize I was right when I imagined that this would be a deck for June. Now I just have to see what I want to pair with it. So first choice is Sacred Destiny Oracle by Denise Linn. I'm going to put this aside for a second as I look at the next consideration. The first tarot deck that I thought of for June was this one. This is the Muse Tarot by Chris Ann. This one may be a little more hot, sultry season, so I may want to save it for July or August, but I'm going to give it a consideration for this category. I love this deck. It really speaks to me. It inspires me. But as I'm looking through it, I do think this is probably going to be late summer. I'm going to take a look at it really quick with the Sacred Destiny Oracle and kind of look at them side by side and see what I think of pairing them. No, I love both of these decks so much, but I get very different energies from them. The Muse Tarot feels spicy and passionate. Sacred Destiny feels calm, relaxed. Yeah, this is not going to be a June deck for me. So I'm going to put that one aside and look at the next one. This next deck is the Good Fortune Tarot by Barbara Moore with illustrations by Jessica Rue. And I think what I want to do is just leave Sacred Destiny out here and look at the deck both as a consideration for June and as a consideration for working with Sacred Destiny, because I would say I have pretty much made up my mind about this deck. See if I can get one of my summary cards here. Oh, that's pretty. Stillness. That is a beautiful representation of what I think of when I think of the Sacred Destiny deck. So let's see how this one pairs up next to it. Good Fortune Tarot. I don't know. This might be not quite the right energy for summer. The front of the box made me pull it out because it has a little bit of a summery look to it. But as I go through the deck, I don't know that I'm getting summer vibes from it. If I am, it's late summer, not June. Okay, so no, this is another no. I'll put this one away and pull out the next contender. Okay, this next one is The Mindscapes Tarot by John A. Rice. I love this deck so far. It looks really beautiful next to Sacred Destiny. I don't think I really thought this one would work as a summer deck, but I may be changing my mind about that. It is giving me June vibes a lot more than I thought it would. I actually love these together. They're very different decks, but I just feel like the energy feels similar. I'm not sure. Oh, that's nice. Courage with the Seven of Tides. I don't know. Mindscapes may be a little deeper in its feel, a little more inward looking, a little less looking out into the world, looking more into, well, your mind. It is the Mindscapes. I don't know. This one's not off the table, so I'm just going to set it aside for now, but I'm just not sure yet. The next deck I want to consider is actually another Oracle deck. It's not really what I planned to do, but I think this one may work, and I don't want to be too set in how I want to use this series on the first video. This definitely feels like a summer deck also, and I do get that calm as I look at rest and relief, that calm, easy June feel. Wow, this one actually may be the winner. So far, it has knocked Mindscapes Tarot out of contention. And taken the first place spot, at least for now. Let's set it aside, and I have one more tarot deck to consider before I decide. Okay, this last deck for consideration is Tarot Landscapes, edited by Francesca Mattioni and illustrations by Yoshi Mori. That one would have looked really nice with an earlier card there. That's beautiful together. Blessings and strength. Very nice. Let's put these back here. Let's see. Oh, this does have that soft feel, that easy feel of summer. Wow. Guys, I think this may be the winner. Oh, wow. I couldn't have done that if I had tried. A white Bengal tiger and a regular Bengal tiger. Okay, that's the decision right there. These two belong together for June. And I'm really happy because I haven't spent nearly enough time with Tarot Landscapes. I've used it a lot less than I want to use it. And I haven't used Sacred Destiny in quite a while. So I'm going to be working with both of these in the month of June. Well, I'm pleased. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.